Hey guys, it's Sagar from TechWorks. So you wanted to get the iPhone 12, but right now, the iPhone 11 is available at a much lower price. And that has you confused so as to which one you should get. Don't worry, you're not alone. Many people are struggling with this decision while choosing between the iPhone 12 versus iPhone 11. So in this video, let us try and find out which one should you get. Before we begin, let me make it very clear. This video is not intended for someone who already has the iPhone 11. You might be looking at all the iPhone 12 videos and your mind starts to wonder whether you should upgrade to the iPhone 12 or not. Listen to me, don't. You already have a very good phone which runs just as smooth as the day you got it, and if you ask me, you should keep on using it for another year at least, if not longer. But in the end, it is your money and I am not going to tell you where you should spend it. So if you still want to get the iPhone 12 or just want to check what it offers over the iPhone 11, you can keep on watching. Now the first and foremost thing that got you into this situation is the price of these phones. In India, iPhone 12 is starting at Rs 79,900 for the 64GB variant, and with some offers, you can get it for close to 74,000 rupees. At the time of uploading this video, iPhone 11 for the same storage variant is available at 49,999 rupees on Amazon, and you can get it at a further discounted price if you go for some of the credit or debit card offers. Now these prices might change depending on when you are watching this video. So for the latest and updated prices, I will leave a link to it in the description section. So at the time of uploading this video, there is a good 25,000 rupees plus difference between the price of these two phones. And if price is the most important factor for you and you just can't spend over 50,000 rupees on a new phone, just go with the iPhone 11. But if money is not a factor and you can spend more to get the iPhone 12, you should still consider this for a moment. Right now, you can get the iPhone 11 and the newly launched Apple Watch SE both at the price of the 64GB iPhone 12. Now for this price, what do we actually get with both these phones? Let us start with the things that we first notice when we look at or touch these phones: the design and build. iPhone 11's design is not new. It carried forward the same design as the iPhone XR but with dual cameras at the back. Whereas the iPhone 12 brings a new design with squared off or flat edges which looks really good and refreshing. For me, the iPhone 12's design brings back the iPhone 5, 5S and the original iPhone SE's memories, and that was my favorite design on any iPhone up until the moment that Apple showed us the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 also brings new color options for you to choose from. Now I know new color is not going to make you choose the iPhone 12 over the iPhone 11, but the new colors are still there. Both the phones get an aluminum frame sandwich back glass at the front and back. But the display on the iPhone 12 gets a new ceramic shield coating which makes it tougher and more resilient to damage compared to the front glass of the iPhone 11. For the back, both of them get the same level of protection. Front and back glass on the iPhone 12 sits flush with the boxy edges of the phone, which makes it structurally stronger than the 2.5D curved glass on the iPhone 11, which actually sits a few millimeters above the frame. Now the ceramic shield on the iPhone 12 is more resistant to drops, but it is just as vulnerable to scratches as the iPhone 11. So no matter which of the two phones you get, I strongly urge you to apply a good quality screen protector right from the day one. I really love the new flat edges on the iPhone 12. It makes this phone more grippier than the rounded edges on the iPhone 11. Apple also managed to make the iPhone 12 smaller, thinner and lighter than the iPhone 11. Now you might have to hold both these phones side by side to experience this, but the iPhone 12 is a good 32 grams lighter than the iPhone 11, and as someone who has used the iPhone 11 for a few months, I can tell that the 12 feels much lighter even with the case on. Holding both of them in my hands, I prefer the feel of the iPhone 12. Maybe because of the flat edges, or because it is thinner and lighter, or maybe because it is a bit narrow than the iPhone 11, but it fits and feels much better in my hands. All the buttons on the iPhone 12 are placed a bit lower than they were on the iPhone 11, which makes it a bit easier for us to reach them. And the SIM tray has been moved from the right side on the iPhone 11 to the left side on the iPhone 12. Rest of the buttons and ports remain on the same side as they were. Both the phones get IP68 water and dust resistance rating, but the iPhone 12 can now survive for 30 minutes at the depth of 6 meters, while the iPhone 11 can just go as deep as 2 meters underwater. Now I think this is the right moment I should remind you to hit the like button because that helps the video a lot. And YouTube Analytics also tells me that 95% of the people watching these videos haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So if you guys could just go down and hit the subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. Coming to the displays, this is quite possibly the biggest change that Apple has brought to the iPhone 12. When the iPhone 11 came out, it had the same display as the iPhone XR. It came with a 6.1-inch IPS LCD screen and a resolution of 1792 by 828 pixels. While it was the best looking LCD with the most accurate color calibration, many people took issues with it because it was a sub 1080p screen on a very expensive smartphone. iPhone 12 still comes with a 6.1-inch screen, but this time it gets the Super Retina XDR display like the Pros, which means it's an OLED display and it now comes with a resolution of 2532 by 1770 pixels. So the iPhone 12 basically has twice as many pixels as the iPhone 11 on a similar size display. If you wanted a good display and you were concerned about the lower resolution and the pixel density on the iPhone 11, the newer display on the iPhone 12 basically takes care of that. The colors, flags and viewing angles are much better on the iPhone 12's display. But I did find the display on the iPhone 12 to be considerably warmer than the iPhone 11. It is hard to show on camera, but trust me, the iPhone 11's display is much cooler than the iPhone 12. Since it's an OLED display, Apple was able to shrink the bezels all around, and thanks to that, reduce the overall size of the iPhone 12 compared to the iPhone 11. The display on the iPhone 12 supports HDR, and although both of them have the same 625 nits of typical brightness, display on the iPhone 12 can reach a peak brightness of 1200 nits while playing back HDR content. The notch at the top, however, stays the same on the iPhone 12. It still houses all the tech that is needed to make the Face ID work, and it still doesn't work in any orientation like on the iPad Pros. I don't think Apple mentioned this anywhere, but I feel the speakers on the iPhone 12 sound much better with deeper and richer sound compared to the iPhone 11. Here is the same audio clip being played back on both the phones. Now you guys have a listen and let me know in the comments which one do you think sounds better. Hey guys, it's Sagar from TechWorks, and this is my unboxing and initial impressions video of the iPhone 12. Every time I get a new iPhone, I'm just as excited to unbox it as I was when I first unboxed my iPhone 4. This time I'm even more excited because these new iPhones bring back the flat sides of the iPhone 5. This right here is my favorite iPhone design, and I'm really excited to see how the iPhone 12 will look in person with this new design. iPhone 12 comes with the latest Apple A14 Bionic processor, which is built on 5nm architecture, making it faster and more efficient than the A13 Bionic processor inside the iPhone 11. Both of them still pack in 4GB of RAM. Now if you run benchmark tests on both these phones, you will see a difference between their scores. But when using them for day-to-day tasks like taking images, opening and scrolling through social media, texting, making and receiving calls, you just won't notice any difference. This is mainly because the A13 processor on the iPhone 11 is still very fast and will continue to be so for another 2 to 3 years. Honestly, there is nothing in the App Store right now that can push these chips to their full efficiency. These A-series chips from Apple are really ahead of their time. Apple actually makes them so fast and efficient, so they keep on giving smooth and amazing performance for years to come. It is their way of future-proofing these phones. So no matter which of these two phones you choose, the performance will be the last thing that you will need to worry about. Speaking of future-proofing, iPhone 12 comes with 5G antennas. And while 5G might be non-existent in most parts of the world right now, in the next couple of years it will be widely available, and since these iPhones last for 3, 4 or even 5 years, if you go with the iPhone 12, you will be ready for the 5G speeds for when the networks are available. iPhone 11 doesn't have 5G antennas. I still think you should buy a phone based on what you can do with it right now, rather than looking at something that it might be able to do in a few years. So keeping that in mind, don't let the availability of 5G on the iPhone 12 be a major deciding factor in your purchase decision. That being said, I just want to let you know that the Qualcomm modem inside the iPhone 12 is much better than the Intel modem inside the iPhone 11. I have not done any technical or scientific testing yet, but in the last few days that I have been using the iPhone 12, I found that it has much better cellular reception in my house. It shows me 2 or 3 bars of signal in the areas where the iPhone 11 showed me no signal with the same Airtel SIM. Again, I have not done any deep testing in this, but this is just based on what I observed in the last few days. Other than the hardware, software or iOS is what pulls and keeps most of the people locked to the iPhones. iPhone 11 got the iOS 14 update on the day that Apple pushed it out, and the iPhone 12 comes with it pre-installed out of the box. Other than a few small bugs that will be ironed out with updates, I am loving the iOS 14 experience. I don't use a lot of widgets, but I am glad that at least now we have the option of using them. And I am especially a big fan of hiding some of the home screens and making my phone look more organized. I made a whole video about the best features of the iOS 14. So if you guys want to check it out, I will leave a card to it on the top right corner of the screen and also link it in the description section. Software-wise, both these phones get the same features. Apple is also known for pushing out software updates to their phones for 5 years at least, if not more. This is just unheard of in the smartphone world. I have the original iPhone SE here, and it also got the iOS 14 update right when my iPhone 11 did, and it is still running just as smoothly. Now with all of that out of the way, we come to one of the most important and deciding factors for many people, the camera. Both the phones get 12 megapixel dual cameras at the back. Main camera has a 26mm lens, and the ultra-wide camera gets a 13mm lens on both the phones. We are not sure if the camera sensors are same on both the phones because Apple doesn't tell us which sensors they are using. But what we know that these are custom sensors that Sony makes just for Apple. We also know that the lens optics on the main camera of the iPhone 12 is a bit different compared to the iPhone 11. It now comes with a wider f1.6 aperture against the f1.8 aperture on the iPhone 11. And it gets a 7-element lens, which when combined with the wider aperture gives it 27% better low light performance. Both these phones can shoot 4K videos at 60 fps with all the cameras. iPhone 12 can also record HDR Dolby Vision videos at up to 4K 30 fps, which the iPhone 11 can't. Front-facing cameras are the same on both the phones. It is a 12 megapixel sensor with f2.2 aperture and a 23mm lens. Here are some of the images from both these phones compared side by side. Most of the changes and advancements to the iPhone 12's cameras are software-based and are a direct result of the better A14 Bionic processor. It has a new Smart HDR3 algorithm for taking even better images in bright lighting conditions. Deep Fusion, which is only available on the main camera on the iPhone 11, is now available on all 3 cameras of the iPhone 12. And it can also take night mode images with all 3 cameras, while only the main rear camera on the iPhone 11 can do that. I will have a much more detailed camera comparison video of these phones out in a few days. In that video, I will dive much deeper into each individual camera on both these phones. So make sure you have the notifications for this channel turned on. Until then, you should know that the cameras on the iPhone 12 are much better in lower light, but for most average people, it will be very difficult to spot the difference between the daytime images and videos from both these cameras. Although both have the same hardware, the Deep Fusion and Night Mode on the iPhone 12 makes its selfies look much better than the ones on the iPhone 11. So if you like to take most of your images in daytime, you can go with either of these phones and you will be very happy with the results. But if you do a lot of photography indoors or in lower lighting conditions, or if you take a lot of selfies, then you should go with the iPhone 12. Taking all these images throughout the day gives me a very good idea of the battery life on these phones. If you saw my long-term review of the iPhone 11, you know that I was very happy with the kind of battery backup it gave me. I mostly got close to 7 hours of screen on time on it. So this year, knowing that the battery capacity on the iPhone 12 is less than that of the iPhone 11 had me worried at first. But after having used the iPhone 12 for the last few days, for me, its battery actually lasted slightly longer than the iPhone 11. I was able to get over 7 hours of screen on time on it, and I could have even got a bit more if I was not using the cameras for 2 to 3 hours for the last few days. And this makes me very happy. The efficient A14 processor makes this kind of battery backup possible. Remember, the iPhone 12 has to push twice as many pixels as the iPhone 11. So getting a similar or sometimes even better battery backup from a smaller battery is just great. Now people have been getting a mixed usage out of the battery on the iPhone 11. But for me, the battery backup has been amazing. When it comes to charging these phones, we get into the biggest controversy. If you are going to get these phones right now, none of them will come with the charging brick and even the earpods in the box. Yes, even the new iPhone 11 will not come with a charger in the box. Apple still has old iPhone 11s in stock at some of the retailers, and those ones do have the chargers in the box. But the new ones that Apple is shipping now don't. So if you get either of these phones, you will have to buy a USB Type-C charger separately. Even if you have an older iPhone charger, chances are that it is one with the USB Type-A port, and with the new iPhones, Apple is giving you a USB Type-C to Lightning charger. So unless you have a USB Type-C charger lying around in your home, you will have to buy a new one from Apple or some other accessory maker. Yes, I know it is a pain, but that is just how it is for now. Both these phones also support wireless charging, and if you use any normal Qi wireless charger, they can be charged at 7.5 watt speed. But with the new MagSafe wireless charger, which attaches magnetically to the iPhone 12, you can charge it wirelessly at 15 watts. MagSafe is backward compatible with other wireless charging iPhones, but it won't attach to those phones as securely and won't support 15 watt wireless charging speeds. And yes, there is no power brick included with the MagSafe wireless charger, so you will have to buy this 1900 rupees 20 watt USB Type-C charger separately. If you saw my long-term review of the iPhone 11, you might know that there were just a couple of things that Apple needed to fix to make it the best phone, and with the iPhone 12, Apple seems to have done all of that. People wanted a new design, better display, 5G connectivity, better cameras, and Apple has given us all of that in the iPhone 12. So with what all the iPhone 12 offers, I would say it is worth the extra 25,000 rupees over the iPhone 11. It gives you a newer design, much better display both technology and resolution wise, newer and better internals, better performance from all three cameras, especially in indoors and lower light, same amazing battery life, and the support for MagSafe accessories available right now, and the ones that third-party manufacturers will come up with in the future. So if you're looking to upgrade from the iPhone 10, 10R, 8 Plus or even the iPhone 10s, and if you can extend your budget to 75 or 80,000 rupees, get the iPhone 12. But if you don't care about the flat edges, high resolution OLED screen, and 5G support or any of the other things that I mentioned above, I think you should still go with the iPhone 12 and save yourself some money. It is still a very good phone and will serve you well for the next 3 or more years. And as I said before, if you are already using the iPhone 11, and unless you absolutely hate the low resolution display, or if you live in the area where 5G connectivity is very strong, there is not enough reason for you to upgrade to the iPhone 12. If I was making a choice between getting these two phones, I would go with the iPhone 12 for the newer design, much better display, improved cellular reception around my home, and for the improvements that it brings to all three cameras. After looking at all these points, if you are still confused, go back, note the features that both these phones offer you, and see if those are worth the extra money to you or not. Whatever your decision is, let me know in the comments. If you want to get either of these phones, I will really appreciate if you get them from the affiliate links in the description section. That is it for this video, guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for a lot more content on the iPhone 12. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.